What is going down, everyone? And on December 8th, yes, today, you should have been filtered in a brand new COD edition, the Pacific. And we're going to be taking a look at that. My name is Mac here at the MacGyver7 channel. If you're brand new, hit the subscription button and accompany with a notification bell. And let's go ahead and march into what has changed in the new battlefield that you'll be playing in the Pacific. Now, as you can see that they put out a ton of tweets, and we're going to go ahead and start with the very end and kind of scroll across so we can all take a look at what has changed. Now, directly from their Twitter, you can see that you can get both the access and getting some exclusive access as coming into it, so you can play now and get this on your calendar portion. So a purchase will be needed. Fan card, as well as the Battle Royale and the Plunder, will be coming into some adjustments, as you can see, for as far as what will be going on with vehicles and weapons, kill streaks, down to some pretty full ventures. Now, moving on past what we can go into, and let's take a little bit of a zoom in, as it's not as clear for as far as the details underneath the Vanguard Royales, the public events, which will be cycling all the way up to 8 from 1, as well as some pretty cool stuff where you can get in the loadouts. So the larger circle is going to be the one that's going to be mainly changed, as we can take a look at what's going to happen in the new High Moon Studio installment, where the mines are going to be something to be explored in newer areas on top of the Rebirth Island that we'll be able to access, looking pretty cool for as far as what you can see on the 16th on the second playlist installment. On top of that, for as far as where you can see that the nice additional area quadrants A through G, you're going to be your vectors to roll into for as far as where you can go inside of. With the additional 15 now behind, we can see some tactical equipment for decoy grenades, heartbeat sensors, sniper grenades, the stims, stun grenades, gas masks, and there are some quick tools for the stun grenades, as well as the gas masks that are highlighted down below for people that have been running into some issues. And yes, this game we will be covering towards the very tail end has some issues, so definitely stay tuned for as far as what will be changing as we open and pop into a little bit more of a closer look of the list in front of us. The new mechanics, flying, anti-craft, for as far as the aircraft and the guns, gasoline cans, the water, even down to the gameplay adjustments for as far as stopping inside of the power field upgrade, as well as the allowed portion of the Victor to redeploy the weapon, as well as the buy station in the UAVs inside of there from a 6,000 to a 4,000 for as far as when available, and the new drop markets now can be purchased by the station after the first fees and the loadout inside of the public events has taken place. This change will happen within the Vanguard Royale. Dead Silence also comes down to some upgrades, melee damage, lethal weapons, claymores, frag grenades, Molotov cocktails, proximity mines, Semtex, and throwing knives, as well as the lethal upgrades. With this, new vehicles will also happen to nice of a contract for as far as the public event and the restock. You can see the resurgent cash drops and heavy weapon crates for as far as what they have brought into the 1940s look and styling. Now, as we can go over and see what was going to happen with gameplay, you can see a lot of stuff for the vehicles, for the flight planes, utility trucks, squad transports. Top Secret also comes into gameplay for as far as the bigger game bounties and the supply drops that will also be coming into in these circles and cycles you'll be playing inside of there. Now, on top of that, for as far as the UI, UX, and more, they have had some stuff for as far as the recordings and it being available with inside the options. The graphics for the display and quality, those have been for as far as tapped, and you have the additional following options for as far as the mini when you're looking at the minimum dead zones on your right through up, down, left, right, all that fun stuff in the inputs. You can see right over there as they display inside the videos of the pictures we're displaying right now. For as far as the wall key bind inside of the speed settings, The players can also be adjusted, as well as the sensitivity in per zone. So as we go to the next zone inside of here, we can see that it unlocks some challenges for as far as the BOCW inside of the grab and the 410 iron hide. Weapon adjustments for as far as melee and the ballistics knife. You can see that it are getting some increasements for as far as the melee for the decreased to 90 down from a 135, as well as the decreasement for as far as the battle axe from 135 to 175, the cane 135 to 150, as well as we can see some situations for the MW also getting some decreasements from the 90 to 65. The distance and the decrease goes down by 7.7, and the melee fighter now requires a 4-hit up from. What we can see on top of that is some decreasements also on top of the BOCW, as well as the 135 as the new lower, and we can also see down some other ones that are listed, as well as the portion of dropping from a 135 to 70, as well as the distance throw. The melee finisher requires 4 hits from up to 2. This is where we're going to zoom in just a little bit more to see 40 brand new adjustments on top of the VG, coming into the combat shield, FS flight knife, and the sawtooth shotgun on top of the combat shotgun, double barrel, as well as the revolving and the auto. Sniper rifle comes down to the 3-line rifle on top of the anti-tank. The car 98K, which is my personal favorite. I love it. Don't need any sight. Just give me that iron sight. Looking on past that, for as far as the Type 99, you can also see that there are some stuff that goes down to the submachine gun area. For the M1912 submachine gun inside of the Charlie, comes down to the Owen and the PPSH 41. Steen and the Type 100 also get some mileovers. Tactical rifles come down to gameplay for as far as the G43 M1 Garand, as well as the SVT40. Newer weapons in the sessions for as far as a katana, slice and dice with that Japanese longsword, deadly in close quarters, and available now inside of the Season 1 in the store bundles. We almost come to a direct edge of where we're going towards with this, as we come down to the assault rifles, with the AS44 making the list, the Rifle Hotel, the Rifle Charlie, the Cooper Carbine, on top of the Assault Rifle Bravo, the NZ41, as well as the Alpha, and some great points for the Volks. Handgun, the 1911, we also see down for the Klauser, the machine pistol, the Rot, and the Top Freak. The launchers come down to the portion of the M1 bazooka, MK11 launcher, the Panzer, as well as the variation of that is coming down to the portion where you can see where some 88mm explosive rockets, as well as some effective portion for the vehicles. Light machine guns, which is always a nice field to go into for your LMGs Charlies, the DP27, MG42, which is always a great one, and the Type 11. Now moving on past that, as we can see the final portion of beginning to the new operatives. You can see 3 join the team, as we can see down to the notes where you'll be able to defeat these operatives within the max out of the 12 inside of the task force. So get ready. As you can see that there is tons of other stuff for as far as where you can see inside of the completion of XP within the next 20 for the set game modes, as calling in the cards to show off the elite abilities from all the way up to level 200 down to the portion of 50. You can also go up to 250 to 100 and earning some abilities for the prestige portions. So definitely check out these newer leveling tiers of gigabytes, as we can see that this is going to be a huge install. So definitely clear out, have enough space on your hard drive, the Warzone itself, or having is on top of that Modern Warfare on in the Warzone. You can see it almost takes about 100 gigs for some of the PC, but this is definitely going to bring us to the tail end of where this physical portion of the Pacific and the installment. So if you're newer to the network, you can always like, share, and subscribe for future content, so we can always march into the news together to see what has changed inside of COD. I'll leave you guys and gals adieu. Have a nice day, everyone. See you in the near future. Stay safe, stay classy, and if you're newer to the network, like, share, and subscribe. It's absolutely free. It helps me out as a creator, and we'll see the changes as they roll out together on the shores of the Pacific of the new digital franchise for what Raven Software has installed alongside of the High Moon Studios and a ton of other gaming studios that have been in this collaboration to make this happen. So leave a comment down below of how you're loving this. I would love to hear what everyone's take is on this new installment.